Hello everyone and welcome back to another Build and Babble, or welcome if you're new. I'm Cora and I'm here with...
Your boy, Liam.
I'm here with Liam, and once a week, usually on Wednesdays. My schedule this week is a bit all over the place, so yeah, I'm sorry for that. On the Build and Babbles, what do we do, Lily?
We usually talk about a topic over one of your builds.
Very true.
So
And
what have you built for us today?
today, this is the reason why I didn't upload anything on Wednesday, because I'm gonna be really honest today. Whenever a new pack comes out, before I created YouTube content, I was like just hyped, and that was my only feeling that I had, I guess, about a new pack. I was like, oh, new pack, let's see what's in it.
Yeah.
Well, it's now, like, I get so stressed because, like, everyone uploads stuff about it, obviously. So the first few days when all the game changes have the pack, I'm like, oh, like, I can't even upload anything now. No one's gonna watch my stuff because, like, they've already seen it all. Then everyone uploads, like, the reviews and stuff, which is cool, but I myself, I don't like being spoiled. So I don't want anyone to show me any of the furniture, and like I can't go on YouTube for those 2 or 3 days because I don't want to see the thumbnails, because
you like to see it when
yeah,
you've got
and
the
because
pack,
I
right?
built so much, I instantly, even if I just scroll through, I instantly see what's new. Like I would see straight away if there's a new tree, or like I don't know, and I don't, it might be silly, but I don't want that. But the thing that stresses me out even more is that I feel obligated to build and do cast videos with the new pack, which in case of this pack is totally out of my comfort zone. Like, if you know me, I don't care much for supernaturals in The Sims. I never have, not even as a child. Like, I know a lot of people are like, well, as a child I used to play a lot with like supernaturals.
Yeah.
I never did that. I always just used to play regular people, like regular Sims, I guess. I never...
Vanilla.
No, vanilla is without CC in The Sims.
Oh, okay.
That's what people say if they play without the CC and stuff, or mods. Yeah, I'm not really interested in it in real life. I think I find it more interesting. Like, I do watch movies with supernaturals, and I find that interesting. And obviously, I watched Harry Potter. I grew up with it. It was my time when I was younger.
Yeah.
But in The Sims, I couldn't care less, to be honest,
I
about
suppose
them.
it's because it's like a real life feel sim, and if magic's not real, why would you put magic into the real life?
I understand it for a
sim?
lot of people, because a lot of people play crazy game styles. You know, they're not. They want to escape from real life. But I just really, really like the family aspect of The Sims and seeing my Sims grow, and it's just like what makes me happy and the way I like to play. So it's not. Yeah, and with this, I can't build witch houses. The first house I tried to build for the channel, I was just like, oh my god, no, because the game came out almost Tuesday night for me, and I was babysitting that evening, so I got home after it's even been released, so I was already an hour late, and then I wanted to also explore it for myself, like the gameplay and stuff. Obviously, when you buy a new pack, you want to try it out, even if it's not my type of, but it's something new, so you want to see what's
included.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so I got home and then I tried to build a house because I was like, right, okay, I checked out the cast and the build items, which is the stuff I usually get most. Well, the cast I don't care for too much because I got CC, so I'm like, whatever. But the build items are always the stuff I'm really excited for. Like, I really look forward to it. And I genuinely get excited when I look at the objects. I'm like a little child. I'm like, oh my god, look at this.
Oh my god, Lee, look at this. Oh, look at these swatches.
Yeah, because I really like the stuff that came with the pack, but I don't think I'm going to use it that much in general houses. Yeah. I'm happy about some of the windows, not so happy about other stuff. I couldn't
You
even...
like the cabinet?
The bookshelf?
Yeah, the big bookshelf.
Yeah, I like the bookshelf, but I wish, to be honest, that in a lot of these objects, they would have changed just a little thing on 1 or 2 swatches so you could use it in a regular house.
Like taking the potions off.
Yeah, taking the potions off, or just putting books where the potions are. I feel like that might have been a little step, but might have increased the whole object as like the value of it, because you can just use it everywhere. Yeah, and the brown swatches, I feel like, that we got with it, the wood tones, I don't think they match any other wood tones in the game. So I had to take all the get-together stuff. And I didn't even say, but I'm kind of proud of this house. I think it turned out really cute from the outside, and I'm really bad at building stuff like this. You should have seen the first house I attempted, and that's why I was like, Liam, I don't think tomorrow I'll be uploading a speed build because it just looked bad, and I didn't want to put out bad content just because the game has released. I didn't want to be like, well, it needs to go out now because the pack has released and everyone wants to see stuff, because I didn't feel good about the build and I didn't even want to continue it. I was like, this is too out of my comfort zone, so I just didn't do it. I built a little starter for my sim that I played when I was like, shoot, I should have recorded that because that turned out kind of cute. But yeah, so I'm kind of happy that I did it this way, and that's why the schedule is all over the place, and I didn't upload yesterday, which I should have, because I'm just doing a lot of real life things, I guess, and not being on my PC
You've been
too
very
much.
busy lately, haven't you?
Yeah, so that's pretty much why, and I always feel bad if I don't stick to my schedule, which I shouldn't, because no one's forcing me to stick to my schedule. I don't think anyone even
in the way of stuff,
and also I don't think anyone that watches even realizes that a video's one day late or something. I don't think I
do. Been waiting for this build and babble for ages.
Liam's just at it with work, stomping his foot, being like, when's the new video coming out?
When's this video here?
But yeah, I think about this build, there's not really much to say. I mean, it's a really cute witch house. I tried to make it look really old. I'm kind of happy with how the kitchen turned out, because usually I do open concept houses, so the kitchens are usually not a own room. Liam just yawned.
Sorry.
Am I tying you?
Sorry, I just yawned super big yawn.
What?
I don't know.
And I was really happy with the kitchen. It's all obviously a bit old-fashioned and it's not my style, but I think for witch it works out fine. And the upstairs is really cute, and then I did a little outhouse kind of shed.
Yeah, from the outside it looks like proper fairy tale kind of witch's house in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
But the inside looks a bit more like Sabrina witches, like a modern house, but with candles.
I don't think it's super modern inside though.
It's not super modern. It's just not like a shack in the woods that you expect a witch to live in. Well, you can expect a witch to live in anything.
I don't know.
Also, I don't know. Yeah.
Also today, or last night, I guess, I woke up with the news that a university pack has been leaked for The Sims. And it should come out on the 15th of November, which is 2 days after my birthday.
What?
Which
easy birthday present.
No, I don't want that as my birthday present.
Just kidding. It won't be anything.
And what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm a bit scared that it's not gonna feel complete, because I have that issue, and I know a lot of other people have, some people don't, but I feel like a lot of younger people don't have that problem, maybe because they didn't play the parts before, the first Sims game, the second, because I played all of them. Why would it be
incomplete?
It just doesn't feel...
As a non-simmer, explain that to me.
Well, the issue I have with a lot of packs in The Sims, and I know a lot of other people that I talk to have, some don't, some think the packs are great, but for example, with the Realm of Magic, the gameplay is so, for me, even though it's probably well thought out, I couldn't play it for longer than 2 hours, because then I've done everything.
And that's this pack.
Yeah, I found all of the spells, I got everything, I did everything there is to do, and then you're just kind of stood there with your sim, and you're kind of okay, why am I a witch now? You're kind of
what does it give me?
Yeah, what else is there to do? Because I don't know, but that's maybe just occults. How do you say it? OCCULTS. Occults. That's the word. I couldn't say it for some reason. Yeah, maybe that's just that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But for me, they don't feel complete. In Sulani, and with that came with, not Sulani, just in the Island Living pack that we had, the world was pretty, and the build objects, in my opinion, were gorgeous. I loved everything about that. The cast items were perfect. I even used some of them, which I usually don't. I usually just use custom content on my Sims. But even the hair and stuff, I was really impressed with it. But then when you came to the gameplay, it doesn't feel complete. It feels like something is lacking, because I think that goes back to how the Sims are made. They don't feel, to me and to a few other people that I know, they don't feel complete. They feel like you play with a sim and they don't really have a character because they have 3 character traits, and like try to explain to people what my character is with only saying 3 things. You know, and then it's like, well, they're kind, they love the outdoors, and they love kids.
They're very general.
And it's just, it's very basic traits. Yeah. It's not like in depth. And I think all their whims, I've told you this before, I think all their whims are just, to me, they feel really empty. It's like, oh, I want a 1x1 pool with just a little square of pool. And it's kind of like, what? And all the Sims want that. And it's kind of weird. Like, I wish that you could actually make a sim and then the whims that they have are kind of like, oh, you know, like, right, that's what they want. And even just with the little mootlets, like if you download a mod for it called Slice of Life, they have little mootlets like, oh, they want to have a baby or something, you know, like, which they don't do usually, but it makes sense if they're getting to a certain age and they want to start a family. That
so it feels a bit more natural, adds a bit more flow to the game.
Yeah, and it just adds a bit more character to your Sims if they have certain moodlets, if they're like not always happy, but if they have like bad days, or sometimes they're just upset because they don't have a child, which probably for older Sims and people makes sense if they want to start a family and they still did, or if they didn't find a partner or something, you know, like
that's
or random mood swings.
That's kind of what I don't really like about playing Sims.
Yeah,
because it's like you've made this person, which is cool because you can change a lot of stuff on that person.
Yeah, the creator sim is great.
You know, the building's pretty cool. But then when you're playing, it's kind of like I'm sat around babysitting someone.
Yeah.
And it's like, for me, that isn't a gameplay. That's just kind of
watching someone do something, and then you're just like making sure they're okay.
And it's just kind of like there's nothing to it. There's no story. Well, I don't know if there is. You make your own story. Yeah, exactly, but it's kind of like so loosely put in.
Yeah, right. That's
that like I don't really know what to do. I'm just like, well, I could send them to work and then sit here whilst it fast forwards for 8 hours, and then they'll come home and I'll have to put them in the shower and then put them in bed, and it's just like.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know. There's no kind of progression to it, I guess.
Yeah, the only progression is having a family, which is what I do because that's the only thing that's fun to me.
Yeah, maybe I just don't like this kind of like.
No, I think it would be
role play kind of. If it's like a fancy thing like Skyrim, it's like there's obvious progression, but with this, it's kind of.
No, there is progression, but the thing is that.
I know it's not the same thing, but. Go on.
Can I talk?
Yeah.
The thing is that I think what would help the Sims a lot is if your Sims would feel like actual people, if they'd go through crisis in life, if things would just suddenly happen, even if they're sad. Like, if people would all of a sudden die and you don't expect them to, it's sad, but it
something
gets
that throws
something
a spanner
to.
in. And
yeah, or like, I don't know, random breakups. Like, I wish in The Sims 2, they used to have chemistry, which means they couldn't get with every person because just like in real life, you're not attracted to every single person you meet.
Whereas this one, you can force it.
You can, like, no, not even force. They're just okay with anyone. It's not like they have any sort of attraction, and it used to sometimes be based on certain, like, looks or, like, behaviors, or even, I think before in the first Sims game, I think it was the star signs, and that was really cool. Like, but certain star signs, like, it's just something that adds to the game when you're like, oh, my Sims actually has their own opinion. I'm like doing, what are they called?
Bunny ears, air quotes.
Air quotes. Because it's kind of cool if they're like, or even, like I said, if they have certain whims or if they have certain crises they're going through, even if it's just a crisis like puberty, that makes so much sense, and it's not in the game.
They'd be angry a bit more.
Yeah, they have some
like
mood swings, but it's not.
Or,
but it would be cool if you have to help your Sims through crisis, and you can take different attempts. And what I always want for the Sims, it's kind of how we have it in Parenthood. Like, the way you raise your kids kind of gives them certain, like, they can be responsible, and then they turn out to be this and this as an adult. But I think that would be cool just in your regular Sim life. Like, if they, for example, keep getting with people and break up, maybe they'll end up being a little bit harder to get into a relationship again because they're like, well, people keep like disappointing
they've got baggage and
stuff like that would be so interesting. But anyways, let us know what you think could make The Sims 4 better, or even better if you already think it's
or
great.
something that can invite a non-simmer into the game.
Yeah,
or something.
exactly. Because I think about that a lot with Liam. I'm like, what could make me start playing The Sims?
Together?
Yeah, but anyways, if you enjoyed this build and the babble, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And not usual, but for this week, I'll see you tomorrow because I messed up one of the uploads, so you'll get another video tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.